Not. Hi again. Haiti
Hi.
Florida, you judge, and I'm here with my pastor, Anthony McDaniel, who's a fun pastor because and sometimes we argue. Yes, sometimes we argue, and we
Oh, yeah,
have differences
Robin.
in political issues. But it's awesome because love transcends all that. The other day you came on, and I got new gear. I got a new mic, new
Wow.
laptop. Yeah, little did I know that my operating system when we came on the other day to talk about Sheriff Chad Chronister making nice with Pastor Rodney Howard Brown, who he arrested.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That truly is a story to
It
tell
is.
about.
It
That's God. God is there because I don't know that
is.
I'd want to like worship with somebody who arrested me a
Yeah.
couple of months ago. I'd still be praying and fasting to have God purge
Oh, Lord, help us. Yes. Oh, man, that's. Woo.
all bitterness out of me. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so but you know what? Maybe we can do a redo of that. That's there was issues there where I had a cable disconnected. There was a lot of echo there, so it's up
No
to you.
problem. No
But
problem.
I wanted to bring you on today. I have at 6:15 a candidate who's running for Hillsborough County tax collector out there. I had a Democratic candidate now who's running against in a primary tomorrow as a Democrat against another Democrat,
Yeah.
and he wishes to hopefully win so that he could go into the general election against Bob Gualtieri.
Yeah.
So I know you're probably supporting Bob Gualtieri.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think so. I don't know anything negative about him from what I've heard. He's done a pretty good job. So that's not the race I'm passionate about.
What
But
is the race that you're passionate about? And then once you tell us which race you're passionate about, and I'm gonna
well,
let you speak. I wanna give the church, which sometimes is discriminated against, I believe, and I want to live in a country where freedom is honored, valued, and preserved, and everybody's freedom, and there is no group that is silenced or
right.
suppressed.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So I want
Yeah,
to
I appreciate it, I'll tell you.
this forum is for everyone.
Yes.
For
No,
those who
you're
agree with me
great.
and those that don't. Go.
No, I'm sorry. No, I really appreciate you. I'm sorry I talk over you. I
No, no,
really
no.
appreciate your heart. Well, I think one of the reasons why we got along, even though that there's some things that we might agree on everything, we have the spirit. We want justice. I think we believe in what's morally right. And we're just trying to flow along with the people and the representatives that will do that the best for us. And I think what I try to keep in mind is you're a criminal defense attorney. So your mindset is one that you're trying to help provide justice for people who may not be getting justice. And so I understand your heart. And, I'm one of those guys that I know that I love people. And so I say whatever's on my heart. Like I've had a lot of conversations about possible good solutions for the Black community right now. That's been on our mind since May 25th. And so like I'm passionate about the Anna Paulina Luna as a candidate for the Republican side of things. I mean, I got acquainted with her. We had a long-term member of our church who was very, very involved in politics, what we call culture engagement from our church. We did door knocking, and we've literally got a team of people that have done such a good job with this. They've been hired by other candidates and other campaign managers. We've actually gotten people elected who weren't supposed to win because we do the door knocking, we do the hard work, and we're passionate. We're not afraid to roll up our sleeves. So she contacted me a couple months ago and said, hey, there's this girl, Anna Paulina Luna, running to be the Republican nominee for District 13 to go against Charlie Crist on November 3rd. Check her out. So this is a lady I've known rather well and respect her. Regina Brown is her name. And so I basically checked into Anna Paulina Luna. We had lunch. My daughter came along. I vetted her, looked at her platform, looked at her values, and she's very knowledgeable. She's Latino. She's younger. She has a tremendous social media following. I'm concerned about the younger voters, the younger conservative voters. I'm just concerned about young adults in general. They're the demographic that least goes to church of all churches, that 18 to 25 age group. And they're indoctrinated by liberal colleges that's getting up in their head. They're walking away from traditional Christian values. And so I thought Anna's going to do a good job connecting with them. She communicates well. she's on the right side of values, and I define the right side as being morally right, which is defined by the Bible, and we have a biblical worldview. And so so I thought when I met her, I felt she had a lot of great tools, communicates well. She's pro-God, pro-gun, pro-life, pro-Trump. You know, when I say pro-Trump, that's a real fire.
That's funny, though. It sounds funny. Pro-gun and pro-life.
Oh, yeah. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But, you know, here's the thing I said Sunday, which is, you know, as you know, Haiti, I'm a pretty graphic straight shooter. 8 minutes and 46 seconds of George Floyd's death and the murder of George Floyd, that we all haven't talked to one person didn't agree that was murder. It was horrible. And we all were together on that. And, you know, I was glad to participate in the.
You froze there for a second, Anthony. You froze. Okay, so you froze. So if that happens, just come on. Okay, good. You're back.
Come back. So I was going to say, I wonder if we played a video of what Joe Biden, the Democratic Party, and Barack Obama, this party wants. They fight for partial birth abortion. I wonder if we took a video of like a third trimester baby and showed the video of tearing that baby apart and watching the baby move in the womb. Why don't we play that video and capture that video and say, hey, world, hey, are you okay with this?
Let's do it now. I have a couple of minutes, and let's bring Janine Cohen, who's an attorney. And listen, this platform, I just want to make it very perfectly clear.
Yeah.
I want to make this. Hi, Janine. How are you? This is my pastor, Pastor Anthony McDaniel. I want to make this perfectly clear that this isn't a pro anything. This is a virtual town square. So Paula Luna's invited. Charlie Crist is invited. People that support her are invited. People that don't, that support Crist are invited. Let's talk about issues. We're not going to agree on all of them. There's people that are pro-abortion. There's people that are not. But what I want to create is a platform so that we can discuss amongst each other. And if we agree, that's great. If not, but let's try to have our intellectual juices flowing and think about things. And if we don't agree, let's at least be civil and respectful and bond on some level. Yes. Because we're human.
Amen.
Okay. And so I have April Griffin. She's in the waiting room, but I wanted to bring you on, Pastor, so that you can listen. When you have persons that don't believe, I have a nephew now. You've met him, and he seems to think that there's no God. So he declared to me at 6 years old, about 6 or 7, he said there's no God. Wow. We had a chat. Well, you know, I've talked to you about that. And you know what? We had a little bit of I started cross-examining him. People were like, Haiti, you're cross-examining a 6-year-old. What are you doing? And all of a sudden at one point he said, you know what? I don't know. You don't know. Let's just stop talking about this. And then I said, oh, good. You're an agnostic. Wonderful. You were an atheist when we began talking. Now you're an agnostic. Great. So it's conversation. It's conversation, right?
Oh, yes. So, I love it.
And you know, he was upset with me for a while. You know, I took him to Chuck E. Cheese, and we went out, and he was a little bit kind of like standoff. I'm like, what's going on? Is it because I believe in God and you don't? He was kind of like, yeah, you know, we shouldn't be that way. We should have the freedom to let people evolve if they're going to and ultimately change their mind. If not, we have to love it biblically, because if we're going on biblical principles, it says, love the Lord thy God with all your heart, soul, mind, and your neighbor as yourself.
That's right.
If you fulfill that, then you have fulfilled the whole law. That's what God wants.
Come in on.
Okay, he's going to give the Christian Coalition recommendations, and then I'm going to go in and we're going to talk to April Griffin, who's running for Hillsborough tax collector. But I want to give everybody a chance to come in and so go ahead and give those Christian Coalition recommendations. Yeah.
So basically, because I'm just going to rattle off a couple things, but basically, if you want to go, there's an organization called Christian Coalition that does. They evaluate candidates based on Christian values, and it's done all across the country. And I believe this year may have been the first year. I'm not certain on this that they have done the primary. I'm pretty certain that it's not customary that they do recommendations for the primary, but they did this year. And for example, they're recommending, and you can go to just Christian Coalition, Pinellas County, go Christian Coalition, then Pinellas County, and they will pull up District 13 recommendations. So they're recommending Representative in Congress, District 13, Ana Paulina Luna. Tax collector is Charles W. Thomas. Judge 6th Circuit Group 28, Evan Freeman. Judge 6th Circuit Group 44, Elizabeth or Liz Jack. School Board District 1, Stephanie G. Mayer. School Board District 4, Eileen Long. Then judges number 13, county judges 3, 10, 14, and 15 are all unopposed and not on the ballot. And then they give other recommendations, but I just want to mainly bring your attention to the Pinellas County Christian Coalition Voters Guide. And it just helps you, and I appreciate your attitude. Vote the way you want, obviously, but if you want to have help on identifying candidates and people who are running for office who come from a biblical worldview, that's a great place to go. So it's Christian Coalition. If you actually want it, the actual website is CCPCFL, which is Christian Coalition of Pinellas County, Florida.net.
Okay, so wait, so say that again. Say that again. What is it?
Yes, it's CCPCFL.net.
And that's the internet site.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a www.that?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I'll just put it anyways. This is to help. This is go ahead to help those who have are in the Christian community, the Christian faith, and you want to have some direction. I know Janine Cohen is not going to look probably at this recommendations because she's not a Christian, but ccpcfl.net. And thank you for joining me. I have April Griffin in the waiting room. It's always cool. I want you to regularly come on because, again, I want to create a platform where everyone's invited.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I love that about you. I'm of the same. Let me just tell a quick story. I went to Towson State University for my first 2 years because I didn't trust going to a Christian college that they would tell me what I really needed to hear. And I'm really glad I did that. And then I finished up my last 2 years at Lee University out of Cleveland, Tennessee, because I don't trust people to tell me the truth. I think that if we have a good idea, it'll rise to the top. If we have solid thinking, it will be influential. So I think it's wonderful that you have people of different backgrounds and ideas. And I always like to be sharpened. And I love the debate. It makes me better. I love to listen to other people and learn where they're coming from. And it either strengthens my position or it causes me to rethink them.
And that's a good thing. And that's a good. And at the end of the day, if we don't come to a consensus or agreement about what we believe, at least we can hopefully love each other.
Yeah.
As humans.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you a reason why I'm not a Democrat in like 30 seconds if you want to hear that.
No, maybe not, because we're already late. We're already late for April Griffin. But
That's
next time. We'll schedule that for another day. Okay. Good night, Pastor. Thanks for joining me. Yep.
All right. See you, Jenny. Wish you the best.
It was nice meeting you. Hey, Haiti.
Yes.
It's pro-choice, not pro-abortion, just so you know.
Okay.
But I'll be more than happy.
You should have jumped in when he said it. Hi, April. How are you? Wow, what a nice presentation. I think if there was a contest on screen presentation, I think she wins. Do you agree?
Yes.
It's a whole lot.
Very busy today.
It's a whole lot better than the other day when I was in the parking lot of a library.
For sure. So you're scheduled to come on. I'm sorry for being 1 or 2 minutes late. For those of you who are watching, this is April Griffin, and she is running for Hillsborough County Tax Collector. And this is all you. I'm giving you an opportunity. Your opponent was given the same opportunity to come on, and she has declined to come on this forum and address the viewers who follow Florida You Judge to address them. So it's all you. And you have the floor, ma'am, and you can address the voters. Tomorrow's election day. And I want the voters to hear from you as to why you are the better choice.
Thank you. And I would love to have a conversation. That being said, it's odd that my opponent, who is the director of communications at the tax collector's office, currently refused to come on and have a conversation. That to me just strikes me as a little bit odd.
Oh, you know what? She didn't refuse. It's not like she told me no, but I extended an offer to her and I didn't hear back from her. So whether that's a refusal or not, I just want to make that clear that she did not reach out to use. Listen, whether it's a big platform or a small small or big platform, it doesn't matter. Every vote counts. Every voter matters. And so, anyways, go ahead. It's all you. Address the voters.
She did turn down some ABC Action News, which is a bigger platform, and to talk about things. I found that really odd, because if you're not willing to talk to the people, no matter where the platform, I think that's just a little bit odd.
I don't want to interrupt you. And again, I'm going to give you all the time that you want. I promise. Because, and here's why. This is what I reward. You came on a forum, the Tampa Tiger Bay Club, and there were commentaries back and forth. And I got to say this to those who are watching now and who will view. I challenged you, April. Some of my commentary was critical of you. And yet here you are, despite that, and you're joining me on my platform, because what I'm sensing is that you're for everyone, even those who challenge you. And that's a good attribute to have as a leader. So I want to give you props on that.
Thank you.
Props on that despite my challenges of you, you still humbly accepted the invite to come here. That's a good thing. With that said, go ahead and say whatever you want to say. Take the time that you want to reach out to the voters and express to them what your platform is and why you are the better candidate.
Thank you so much. Well, I am a product of Hillsborough County. I was born and raised here. My husband of over 30 years, born and raised here. We raised our children here, except for a short stint where we were in military service and lived overseas. But we came back home because I love Tampa. I can't imagine myself living anywhere else. We've had opportunities with his career to take us elsewhere, and I don't want to leave. I love this community. I served this community for 12 years as a Hillsborough County School Board member, and in that service was cognizant of making sure that in that countywide role that I served in, that I served all of our students, all of our employees. And I will do the same. I'm turning off my ringer to make sure, sorry. I've been doing campaign work all day long. Tomorrow's campaign day, so we're getting the final stages set up. But in that service, I made sure that I served all of our community, because this community is very diverse, and that's one of the things I love about it. We are one of the largest launch pads in the United States for products. I don't think a lot of people know that, because we are a virtual snapshot of this nation, and there are more products launched out of Hillsborough County than just about anywhere else. So wherever Hillsborough goes, so goes the rest of the nation. But I am running because I want to serve this community, and I think that office can be more. One of the things that I bring with me as a former educator is I understand grant writing, and I understand that there are opportunities out there to serve underserved communities, and we don't have to charge the taxpayers more money to do that. So I want to apply for grants and get mobile units that we can take full service offices into our community. I want to expand hours. People work, and Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, is very difficult for some people to take time off from work and go and sit all day sometimes to get their driver's license or their auto registration. So I want to expand our office hours and take those mobile units out, partner with businesses, partner with organizations that are having big events, and be there and be a part of the community. I jumped into the conversation, or came into the conversation as you all were talking about the Christian Coalition. And I will tell you that the way that I serve is from a place of my spiritual upbringing. And I believe that we are meant to serve one another. So I also, in my leadership studies, I have a degree in organizational studies. And one of my favorite studies was Greenleaf and servant leadership. And to be a servant first before a leader, I think is, I was drawn to that because that's how I was raised. And so I want to serve this community. And I know how to do that. I have a degree. I have experience. I understand government. I understand politics. because you have to understand politics to get things done for the people. I understand laws. I understand when laws are conflicting with one another, how to bring the right people into the room to make sure that we can get past those things. Because I always say that the law is the bare minimum. I'll use an example of getting students access to healthcare prior to the American Health Care Act, hashtag or slash Obamacare. We had Kid Care, which was the federal funded S-chip. And my first campaign manager, treasurer in my first school board race runs the navigators for the entire state of Florida. And back then it was Kid Care, and now it's Obamacare. Hillsborough County and the state of Florida are constantly ranked at the top of getting people enrolled in healthcare. And it's because of the Navigator program that my friend Jody Ray is a large part of. So I want to bring the people together. And I started talking about how we got past some obstacles with FERPA, which is the Privacy Act around students, and HIPAA, which is the Privacy Act around our healthcare. And we got together trying to get this information in front of parents, and we kept hearing, no, 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 no. This law says this, and this law says that. And what I do is I let people tell me why we can't do something. And then I ask them to try to figure out a way that we can, because the law is the bare minimum. And so we can work together to make things happen for this community. And we did. And we were successful in putting information in front of our families to enroll their children in healthcare. And we were able to get more kids enrolled in healthcare here in Hillsborough County that it was used as a model for the nation. And I've been on several calls, and Jody Ray and I have talked about what we did nationwide on many occasions. Speaking of Jody Ray, the other thing that I want to do at the office and modeling it after her Navigator program is to have caseworkers that when someone has an issue with our agency or with another agency, we're going to have people that will help them navigate through that. I don't want to send people away and just say, I'm sorry, we can't help you. I want to get to the bottom of what is causing someone not to get their documentation, not to get their registration, whatever it is that they're there for, and make sure that they leave with what they came for. So we are going to be in the community, serving the community. And I have the experience, I have the education, and I believe I have the compassion and commitment to get it done. This office needs change. It needs a fresh set of eyes. And our current tax collector did a good job when he took over of bringing it up to, I say, the 80s. But we're now in a digital age and we need more. And I owned a software development company, so I understand technology as well. And I'm willing to have a conversation and answer any questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
I think Janine has questions, if I'm not mistaken. I've been talking since
Yes.
5 o'clock.
I'm more than
I'm
happy
tired.
to ask April Griffin questions, but let me tell you this first, why I completely support her. And it's nothing to do with the campaign.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Wendy, this is Wendy's very first campaign, and Wendy's running for circuit court judge, which doesn't have anything to do with the tax collector. April and Wendy met on the campaign trail, and April is a veteran of running campaigns, and she knows what she's doing. And her and Wendy met, and April has befriended Wendy and given Wendy advice that she didn't need to, and nobody knows about it. And she's the nicest person. And boosting another woman up to run for office, my hat's off to April for going way beyond the call of duty just to help another individual in the county, which to me has always been amazing. So now, April, let me ask you some other questions that I was asking all the judicial candidates. Do you have a hidden talent that you haven't told anybody about?
Not singing. I know. I heard Wendy singing, and oh my gosh, she's incredible. A hidden talent.
We've
I'm
had some tennis players. We have a piano, right? Nancy Daniels and Gary are both tennis players, and John Shafino plays the piano. So we've got some other talents besides that. I'm just curious. What do you like to do in your free time?
I do play guitar. I'm not amazing. I'm learning. I'm kicking myself that I waited as long as I did to learn how to play the guitar. But my husband is a guitarist. But both of my children are classically trained guitarists. And then I finally decided to pick it up, and I was just so shocked that I was able to learn how to play. But I think a hidden talent, more as far as something that's innate, that I didn't have to learn, is I'm an interior designer. I can walk into a room and I can see walls taken down, and I'm really good at redesigning spaces.
Okay. What do you like to do in your free time?
Right now, play with my puppy. I have a new puppy, and I can't wait until Wednesday when I can spend the whole day just lounging around and playing with my puppy. We like to we're foodies, and we like to cook a lot. Oh, look at him! That's my baby. Yes, he's amazing. It took me 4 years to get over the death of our children's last dog that we lost, and I finally just I broke down, and I look at that. You can't say no to that. But we love to cook, and we love to explore new foods.
Where's the most interesting place on the planet that you visited?
The most interesting place. We were in Germany when the Berlin Wall fell.
Okay, that's pretty amazing.
That is.
I felt that was, I just got goosebumps thinking about it, because I mean, I've been a lot of places. Alaska is amazing. We explored the United States on our 25th anniversary. We got JetBlue had a special where for $1,200 you could fly for one whole month anywhere that JetBlue went, and it was cool. They don't do it anymore because they probably lost a lot of money on that, because we went everywhere. I want to see every single state in the United States, but I just felt like being over in Germany when that wall came down was historic. I'm a child of the 80s, so we grew up with, Russia and communism and everything looming over us, and so it was a really special time to be there.
Did you get a piece of it?
I did. Yeah, I think it's on the shelf behind me a little bit.
That's amazing. That is
because there's graffiti all over it.
Yeah, definitely a piece of history.
Yes.
All right, those were my pressing questions, Haiti.
You know what? They were great questions. Just to personalize her more, it's not just all about talk about politics. It's she's a person too, not just out there. And more importantly, what she said that I like and that people in office sometimes forget is one of the best things that she said is that they're servants, public servants, and sometimes they forget that that's what they are. They're serving the people, we the people. If you want to learn more about April, you can go to her website, aprilgriffin.com. And is that correct, April?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely urge everybody to go there.
Go vote tomorrow. Tomorrow's tomorrow, April. We will know who's the next Hillsborough tax collector. Yes.
Probably by 7:30 in the evening, we will know.
Okay,
Do
great.
you think? Let me ask. At 7:30 is when the first ballots come in, and they've counted all the mail-ins, right?
That's the mail-in. So by 7:30, that office should have all of the mail-in ballots counted.
Is it just the mail-ins, or is it including everybody? Some of
They start with the mail-ins, and then they go through the early votes, and then the day of.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to more conversations, Haiti.
Okay, that's great. And I like your attitude and I like your demeanor. And I especially like that despite the fact that I challenged you, that you're here humbly joining me. Says a lot about you. I had no idea that what Janine said today. I didn't know about that story and how you seem like a very kind, loving person.
Thank you. And let me address the elephant in the room. I was in office, and we had children dying in our district, and it was being hidden from the school board. I couldn't stand for that. And we had a superintendent who did not have a respect for the people that I served. I believed that she served, we hired the superintendent, and I believed that she served the people that I served through me and the other 6 board members. And there was a total disregard for that. We had children dying in the district. When I took the chairmanship for the first time in 2013, I had handed to me 2 deaths of children with special needs, Isabella Herrera and Jenny Caballero. I will never, ever forget those children's names. We settled both of those lawsuits, and there was just cover up after cover up after cover up. And I fought hard. And I will tell you, I am a fighter. I grew up in West Tampa, and I know what this means. And so when I say hold my earrings, I mean it, because that means that I'm getting ready to step in and I'm getting ready to fight for someone. And I don't pick fights, but I will fight for other people. And what happened around that time was the Tampa establishment became very engaged in what was happening in the Hillsborough County School Board because of what I don't know. To this day, I will never know. But at the time, the mayor, a man in a very powerful position, called us mean girls publicly. The 4 people who fired the superintendent, who cast the vote to fire our the past superintendent. And he not only said it once, but he said it twice, and it stuck. And the funny thing is, and my husband says this all the time, that the people who will call me that and call me a mean girl, it's typically women, and they're typically doing it in a very mean fashion. But I know my service to this community, and I've always said this, I'm going to serve on my terms. And if the people like what I'm doing, and if my husband and my children are still proud of me at the end of the day, then I'm happy and I'm good. But I am a fighter, and a man in a very powerful position gave us a nickname that was a very derogatory nickname, and it stuck. Good for him. I mean, he did a great job in doing that, but it's something that people say that they have no idea of who I am. And you know, I have to own that. I stepped into public service, and I knew what I was getting into when I got into this. But regardless of that, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and that's fighting for people and trying to give people in this community the best community to live in.
You know what? And I did hear that term. And so it's a great moment, based on you saying that, addressing the elephant in the room, to say this. And it's happened to me, because I don't, like you said, I don't start a fight, but if you come for me, I'm going to try to, the Bible, I read the Bible. I'm a Bible studier. It says, be at peace so much as it is possible for you.
Correct.
So I'm trying to be at peace, but if you come for me unjustly, I will attack back. I might not, because maybe strategically I'm saying, I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to try, because as much as it is at peace, but if you come for me and you attack me, I'm going to attack back. And then when I attack and the person started, they're like, oh my gosh, she's a bully. But you came for me. You came for me, and I'm defending myself, and I'm the mean girl. I heard that about you, April, and I am so thankful again. And I'm going to stress it again and again and again. None of us are perfect. We can have disagreements. We can have fiery debates. This is a platform that everyone is welcome. If your opponent reached out to me today and said, can I come on? She's welcome too. We're all invited. Everybody's invited to this platform. But I did hear that. That stayed with me. We got to be careful. It says, thou shalt not bear false witness. None of us are perfect. Sometimes I act in a manner that I look back, reflect, and think, gee, I wish I would have handled that differently. But yes, that term was applied to you. It has stayed in my mind. And I'm so glad that I reached out to you. And I'm so glad that you came on. And I am especially glad that what I am seeing in the manner that you are behaving, I am not associating that which was made a label of your person. I'm seeing a person that's an animal lover. I'm seeing a person that, despite being challenged by me, listen, I want to give props to Andrew Warren. He's going to come on the 19th at 6:00. For those of you who are watching now, who will be watching, he's going to come in at 6. I challenged him, and he's going to come on after I did, and he won. He drove from Hillsborough into my studio then that is no longer. I went ahead and I closed it because of this amazing technology now that we don't even have to be in a physical studio. He came and he still said wanted to establish a communication line. I have had the ability to communicate with Sheriff Bob Gualtieri, who I've challenged as well. There's articles by the Tampa Bay Times where I challenge him, and you know what? He's acting incredibly professionally. Those are the kinds of traits and character traits that we want to see in leaders. They can have the temperament to take criticism, but they're gonna act humbly and still try to keep a communication line open. I commend you for that, April. The impression that I'm getting from you for the first time. Yesterday we had some technical difficulties, but I like your spirit. I like your spirit. I like the fact that Janine is not. Oops, wait, she's muted. Janine's not a BSer. She's not at all. And this woman is a fighter. This woman is a fighter.
Yeah.
When I was a baby lawyer in 2000 and I started in the public defender's office, she already had maybe a year or so up on me, and she helped me. I came in there and she started teaching me things on how to be a better lawyer. And she is a fighter. This woman is a fighter, and she would not be saying what she just said about how you have uplifted another woman to help her when you are focused completely. How grueling it is that people tell me when you are doing a campaign and with everything that you have, and yet you have taken time of your busy schedule to help another person in their campaign with the experience that you've gained in the long time that you've been at this. That says a lot about you. So I don't like right now, if we had a trial and I had to render a verdict as to whether you're a mean girl or not, I'd say not guilty.
Oh, definitely not my experience that she's a mean girl at all. And the expression in New York is, here, hold my hoops.
Okay.
If you're about to jump in, you need to take off those hoop earrings.
The funny thing is, I've always loved I love strong women. I love direct women. I love strong people. I surround myself with really strong people, and I know that I'm never. I try not to be the smartest person in the room. I don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room, because if I am, I'm in the wrong place, is what I was taught. But I do surround myself with really smart people, and I love this community. I really do it. And I'm really looking forward to serving as our tax collector. I believe I'm going to win. I hope that if I didn't have your vote, Haiti, in the primary, that I will have your vote in the general. And I'm looking forward very much to serving this community.
Well, I don't vote in Hillsborough. I'm a Pinellas resident. I voted yesterday in Pinellas, so unfortunately I can't cast a vote for you, but I will urge those of you who are watching or who will watch this. You've made a great impression on me, April. You have.
Can we back up? Wait, can we back up 1 second? Did I misunderstood? I thought tomorrow's vote decides who is the tax collector.
Yes.
No,
no.
Republican. There is a Republican.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So April, you're going to win the nomination, and then you're going to sign me up as a volunteer, because I will be done with my campaign tomorrow.
Okay, so April, so tomorrow it just determines who goes into November.
Correct.
Got it, because you're running as a Republican.
Democrat.
Okay, got it. So okay, very well. I got it.
Right, but
okay.
Hillsborough County typically goes to the Democrat.
It is blue, yes.
It is now. The thing is this, and this is regardless of that, I think what makes me the best candidate to be the nominee moving forward too, Democratic Party, is I've won 6 countywide elections. I've been on the ballot 6 times. I, in my last election, got more votes than both of the gubernatorial candidates that were on the ballot, Charlie Crist and Rick Scott. And I was in a lowly little school board race. We are like right above, we're at the bottom of the ballot as school board candidates. And in my last election, I got more votes than both of the gubernatorial candidates that were on the ballot. I've won my elections with 300,000 plus votes.
Okay, so
Amazing.
April, so thank you for coming on. It was a joy. I had fun. I enjoyed you coming on here. I
you for
love your
having me.
spirit and your soul. It would, depending on what happens tomorrow, if you come out victorious, then come back on. I want you back on.
Well, and I definitely want to come on as the tax collector so we can really share the services that we're giving to this community. So thank you for having me and thank you for the conversation. I appreciate it.
Take care, April.
It
All
was
right,
great
thank you.
being with you too, Janine, my new beastie.
Yeah, did you see the pictures I put up of me and Wendy tonight?
No, what, on Facebook?
Yes, I put a picture up of us from August 5th, and I put up a picture of us from 25 years ago.
Okay, so hold on. Let me put that up. Do you want me to put that up? Yes?
You
No?
can. Yeah, our faces are a little, rounder. We call that the wisdom. So
Hold on a second. Let me get
so
that.
Haiti, let me give you an inside thing on the election and what everyone is doing right now.
Okay.
Are getting their signs ready to go to the polling places because where we've been for early voting is not now where people are going to vote tomorrow necessarily. It changes. So everybody was at those top early voting places. The top actual voting places on voting day are different than early voting places. So people are getting their signs ready and they're getting their volunteers ready to go out sometime, between now and the middle of the night to go and put their signs at the actual places where people are going to vote tomorrow. And a lot of it is getting signs together and then putting them together so you know who's taking them where. So, oh my God, you're so funny.
Well, you told me to. So is it this one?
Yeah, well, the one obviously, there's one from us from this year.
Okay, tell me to scroll down because I can't see you right now. So
those are the two pictures right there.
Okay, there you go. So we have this one.
25 years ago.
Wow, look at that.
We're at the Stetson prom.
Oh.
Can I tell you, I'm wearing Wendy's dress. I had to borrow a formal dress from her.
Look at you.
I can't tell you.
You look so beautiful, both of you. Look at.
I can't, and this is from
a
little older, 25 years later.
Oh, that is so sweet that you've you've stayed friends.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Through everything, through all marriages, babies.
Nice. It's been so much fun. So tomorrow's the big day. It's been so much fun. We reconnected. I'm so happy about that.
Have you talked to any of the other candidates today? How are they all doing? It's
just April. I spoke to. I don't know if you caught that. I should have brought you on, but I just wanted to get this done. But
no, I was running like a crazy person. I completely forgot until something popped up on Facebook, and I went, "Oh my God, she's on!" I said I would go on. I was at the office all day trying to. Meanwhile, because it's the day before the election, I had a grant due. That I wrote a grant for the charity today. I had court this morning. So I'm like, dude, tomorrow, 7:30, Wendy's on her Facebook page put up a Zoom so anybody can Zoom in. By 7:30, I think on being by her house. We're going to have together and watch it roll in. And hopefully, my daughter's godmother will be soon to be circuit court judge.
Okay, so listen, this is what I want to do. Are you going to be with Wendy tomorrow? Okay, so I want you to broadcast with me. Could you? Just for when the results come in?
Absolutely, 7:30. Yeah, but she's going to be on Zoom Live. Can you link into her Zoom from your thing?
Okay, so she's going to, no, then I'll just watch her. So she's going to be that's right. Okay, so no. Let's nix that idea.
I think every judicial candidate, remember from what I asked, they were all going to have.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be fun. I'm going to just enjoy it here. And
you should, if you're not going to go on, I mean, you can go on, but you could go on the day after. You could go to each of the Zoom parties and you could just, record that moment. Because 7:30, from what I understand, though, the fat lady hasn't sung yet, it's going to be if 7:30's prediction, 7:30's come in, those are the early voting, the mail-in ballots, the ones that were dropped off. They are a good, if not solid predictor of who wins the race.
Okay, so I just want to show one thing before we go, because this is very important. Very
Yes.
important. And hold on a second. Hold on just a momento.
I'll have to share the picture with you tomorrow. Wendy's son was at the office today, Joey, my little Joey.
Oh, you talked to me about him, how entertaining he is. The peacock.
Yeah.
The peacock?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yes. He was being the peacock, and he's going to be the peacock tomorrow with signs for his mom. He's 19, and all he goes to school. He works at Publix, and he works out constantly. He is very funny, and he took a really good panoramic picture of the front lobby of our law firm, Cohen and DePaul, because it's covered in Wendy DePaul signs. And Wendy was, she made a funny face like she's all stressed out for him, moving signs around, because we had to get all the signs organized today to where they're going and who's taking what where. So I'll have to get that panoramic picture he got of the front with his mother in the middle of it.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to show, because this is what's we have scheduled Florida U Judge on Wednesday, which is let's see here, the 19th. We have Andrew Warren on the 19th at 6:00 live on Facebook and YouTube for the pages for and channel of Florida U Judge. He's going to be on.
Wait. Yeah. Is his election is not decided tomorrow?
No. It'll be in November. So he's probably not even on the ballot tomorrow. It's in November. So he's
Why is
Mike is Republican. He's a Democrat. So, but he's gonna be on the 19th. It's gonna be an interview, me and him. I'm gonna ask him a ton of questions and for an hour, and people get to comment and whatnot. But I'm gonna interview him. So for those of you who will be watching this, tune in on Wednesday at 6:00.
Interview. I will not be here, but I will watch it. I am leaving town Wednesday morning.
You told me that.
But so is Mike on the ballot tomorrow?
No, for November. That's for November.
Why is he's campaigning so hard like he's on the ballot now?
Well, but that's good. He has to be campaigning to put the information out, his platform.
Get his name out, I guess.
Yeah. That's very important. Anyways, it was always fun. And let me just do one last thing. What else do you want to say? Energize us. Come on, tomorrow.
No, come on. This is it, man. I got
tomorrow.
Go early. I got stuff to do. Everybody needs to vote for this chick right here. Wendy Paul, not me, her.
That was a cool story that you said about
April.
Yeah, because you know what, I
have so many cool stories. I can't tell you how many times I've walked in and Wendy's talking to April, and April is boosting her up. And April's an expert at running campaigns. I really do think she is a good person who gives back to the community and tries for the community. And she's a Democrat, so of course I got that. She's got that going on. But
we gotta vote. Just tomorrow, go vote. It's the last day tomorrow for the vote. The candidates that are on primaries and universal elections, where that's it. It's House District 70. That's it. Kevin Beckner and Cindy Stewart. That's it. That's gonna be decided tomorrow.
Yeah, we need Kevin Beckner. Okay. Do you have tea and conversations? Candy Lowe's recommendations.
Let me see. You know what? Let me see if I can get her on the phone real quickly if she wants to.
I want to know if Candy supported April. Let me see.
Candy supported Nancy Milan, I believe. She did. I mean, you brought it up. I'm gonna just tell you how it is.
So then I want tea and conversations except for that one, because I want April. And wasn't Nancy a Republican who switched parties to run Democrat?
I don't know. I can't speak to that. I can't. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
You should ask Candy.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, so she didn't pick up. It went into her voicemail, but I just wanted. Ooh, wait. Can I call you back later? Yes, I wanted you to come on broadcast to say what your picks are. Okay, so it's
I agree with the majority
seven-
of her picks, but not that
7
one.
more minutes. Let's see if she decides. She asked if she can call me later, but let's see if she'll decide to come on, if she wants to come on.
All right.
I just want people to vote. We have 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes left. Let's see if she decides to jump on real quickly from wherever it is that she might be remotely to tell us what her picks are. Isn't it really cool that we get to all share, like, this is my picks, these are your picks, and they might not be similar, but it's the responsibility of every voter to vet, regardless of even people that ask me, because they have been asking me now, who do you recommend? You still have to vet. My reasons for picking somebody might not be something that you agree with. That's you don't agree with my reasoning or my picks or why. You still have to vet. It's good to get recommendations, but you need to vet and do your own research.
Do you tell, and I tell people this a lot, for me with April, it was really easy. And with Kevin Beckner, it was really easy because, Kevin Beckner is from the Board of County Commissioners. The Board of County Commissioners is over the Pet Resource Center. They're over a lot. They give funding and they've helped many times with the animals. And Kevin Beckner has personally made sure animals are taken care of. And that is near and dear to my heart. But don't you find when it comes to the judges, okay, people running for judicial office, because this is what I do. I'm looking at these attorneys running for office. They might be fabulous attorneys. They might be really good trial attorneys. But that does not necessarily equate to being a good judge. And when I'm meeting all these people and I'm looking at their presentation and how they behave and how they act and conversing with them and seeing how they react under pressure, that's what I really decided on who I thought should be the judges.
You know what? Some people have told me, why don't you run for judge? You'd make a great judge. And some people have said, yeah, I don't see you being a good judge because you're so fiery.
I would never see. I couldn't be a good judge because after a couple of minutes, I'd pick my side and I'd start arguing that side. There's some fiery attorneys who became judges who on the bench really had to learn how to turn the fire down. Dee Pomponio is one of the best examples of that. That woman was a trial animal. I got to watch one of her last trials before she took the bench as a prosecutor.
And I love her as a judge. She's amazing.
And I love her as a judge. She's
amazing.
Too.
I was in front of her in DV court.
Oh, okay. Well, when she was first in drug court, she used to jump in and ask questions all the time because they wouldn't get to the point, right? She'd have the newer felony lawyers. They wouldn't get to the point. She knew what needed to be done. And it's like, you got to take a step back and let them get to it. And it's hard.
She's a good woman. She's a good person. I like her very
amazing.
much. She's a good judge and she's a good human being.
Right. But that's an example of that. So, I really like the demeanor of some of these candidates. And I'm like, you are going to be an amazing judge because judges do have to put up with a lot of stuff, whether it's people misbehaving, attorneys. Oh my God. In family law, some of these family law attorneys, they act like they're personally getting divorced. I mean, it gets pretty rough.
I know. Okay, so this is for you. We're going to jump off now. I'm tired and I have to make some calls.
You going to play my song? Don't do that to Touching Me, Touching You. Coming to America.
Go out and vote. Go out and vote tomorrow. That's it. Tomorrow's the day. It's important. Go make freedom count. Go vote. Haiti Oropesa for Florida You Judge. We will be back. I might jump on tomorrow. I don't know. I might just take tomorrow off.
If you jump on, let me know because depending on, I'm going to be at a polling place and then I'll be driving back and then I'll be there. So if you jump on, you could probably get all the candidates. If you go on at 5, you could probably get all the candidates to come on where they are because they're all going to be jumping around like nuts. And between 4 to 7 is a really good voting time.
Okay. All right. Good. It was good seeing you. I will be back on Wednesday. I don't know why I'm getting feedback. Okay. I will be back on Wednesday. Why is this happening?
I don't know, but I'm saying good night, my dear friend.
Okay. Good night. Okay. It stopped. Okay. Let me just say Wednesday, 6:00. We will have I will have with me Andrew Warren, Hillsborough County State Attorney, at 6 p.m. Good night, everyone.